Hi, I'm Donna. Welcome to Sparkle Academy. My husband and I are short-term rental superhosts, and we also own our own short-term rental cleaning company, where to date we've cleaned 2,000 properties. Short-term rental and residential cleaning are not the same thing. It's all in the details. Join me today as I discuss my essential tools and products I use for cleaning short-term rentals. Cloths and scrubbers. Okay, only a hospitality tech nerd would get all excited about cloths, but I do. We use microfiber, big fans, can't imagine using anything else. They're inexpensive and they're workhorse cloths, and we use colors. We color code everything so there's no cross-contamination. Blue is for all-purpose kitchens, windowsills, windows, baseboards, polishing furniture, etc. Red is strictly for toilets and toilet floors and toilet walls. Yellow is for vanities, for showers, shower doors, and tubs. So we never have any doubt when a cloth has been used. We have no doubt where it's been and what we can continue to use a certain color cloth for. Moving on to melamine, another fabulous thing, aka Mr. Clean sponges. Their generic name is melamine. We're going to have a link to all our products. We're going to have a link to our supply list, and we'll try to then link up our specific products that we use so that you'll have some resources. But these melamines are approximately 50 cents each, and they're good, thick melamines. Next, we have pumice stones, and pumice stones are going to rock your world if you're not using them. They're fabulous for inside stoves, for grills, for oven racks. When I said inside stoves, you know I meant oven. And they're also fabulous for solid surface cooktops. So I've probably cleaned 800 solid surface cooktops with a pumice stone, and I'm going to show you. We're going to get some tutorials up soon, but look into pumice stones. They're great for a lot of things. We buy them by the case for like 80 cents a piece. And then next are the steel wool sponges or pads. And they're fabulous for cleaning stainless steel pots and pans, for cleaning the oven racks again, toaster ovens, grills again, that kind of thing. I mean, just when you need something a little more heavy duty, they're fabulous. We get those at the dollar store for like 25 cents a piece. They come 4 to a pack, I believe. And that's our we're going to go on to my favorite cloth next. Without a doubt, polishing cloths are the absolute most essential cleaning tool in any STR cleaner's toolkit. We do not do anything without using polishing cloth. We polish out everything: faucets, tubs, windows, sinks, every appliance. Anything that we put a wet cloth to, it gets followed by a polishing cloth. I can use one set of color-coded microfiber cloths for a whole house and use 6 polishing cloths, because I don't know how anybody can shine a stainless steel appliance, how they can clean a window, how they can clean faucets or shine bathroom. What am I trying to say? shower doors, without a polishing cloth. And I'm gonna share tutorials later down the road, but invest in polishing cloths. Polishing out is key in short-term rental cleaning. More about that later. Okay, let's go over all our little miscellaneous tools while my husband fixes chips and he's trying to be really, really quiet. Oh, and by the way, you've probably heard chirping the entire video. I happen to have two little budgies, and they love me talking because they like to talk back to me. So anyway, let's go over our little list of miscellaneous goodies. We have a bottle brush, and of course it's great for bottles, but it's amazing how this little tool has come in handy for the most odd spaces and spots. And so it's just a good little thing to have. I probably use it most in refrigerators. The crevice tool is another thing I use in the refrigerator a lot, around the seal, around the molding, the insulation molding around the doors. It's great for digging out things and digging out things in the sliding glass door tracks, or in the shower tracks, door tracks. So it's good for that. Toothbrushes, kind of self-explanatory. They're just great to have. I'll go over the black light in a minute. That's that flashlight. That is not a flashlight. It's a black light. We'll go over that in a minute. And it's not something you have to have, but gloves. We use the nitro gloves. They're just easier and no, they're not eco-friendly, but they're easier to use. And scissors, you just never know. The business card, or an old gift card, or a defunct charge card, is my number one trick for being able to clean out grease and crumbs and grime between the freestanding stove and the countertops. That area that is so tight you can't get anything into it, but you can get a gift card or a business card or something, and it's magical. The stuff, the crud you can pull out from one if it hadn't been done in a long time. Razor blade, self-explanatory. Sometimes you just need a razor blade, but be careful. Silly putty. This has come in really handy in crevices when you've tried everything. You vacuumed, you used the little blue bristle brush there, and you just can't seem to pull it out. Warm that silly putty up in your hands. Stuff it down in a crevice. Let it sit for a minute, and I'll bet you it'll pull it out. It's kind of like using packing tape. Something and let's go over, and then of course the blue soft bristle brush is just a great general thing to have. But let's go over a couple of things I don't have in my bucket or in my toolkit today that I generally have. And I always have I've got two different kinds of lint rollers. One, we'll go over that another time. And then the one that peels, the self-sticky that peels away, you've got to have a lint roller. I'm not showing, they're in my bucket, but I'm not showing them. And that's my microfiber mop heads. I've got a dust mop head and a wet mop head. And we're going to tell you about the best mop we found, and we've tested a lot of them, microfiber mop. And another time, I'll show at another time the long extension duster with the fan blade adapter. You need that. You need a cobwebber to get into the corners of rooms, and we always cobweb the outside entrances of all our short-term rental homes, because that cobwebs freak a lot of guests out, And so it needs to be cleaned. The exterior lights need to be cleaned. But again, we'll go over that. That's just a few things I didn't show. About the black light. This is not for the faint of heart. This is not for the new short-term rental cleaner. This is for somebody. Yeah. When the first time you shine this sucker on a bathroom wall and discover that urine droplets can travel 5 feet high. Yeah. We're going to do a whole other video using this black light. And we're going to also do a video with the black light. We're going to show the most effective product to clean human fluids like urine and some other bedroom fluids and stuff. So that's it on my miscellaneous products, and we're going tools, and we're going to move on to products. Last but not least, we're not going to spend a lot of time on products today. We'll, in another video, explain all our products in depth, our recipes as we make a lot of our own cleaners, and why we use what on where. But just to give you a quick rundown, we now use an commercial grade disinfectant, sanitizer, and algicide for obvious reasons from the past 2 years. We use vinegar and water as our main cleaner with essential oils. We use fractionated coconut oil, which is a wonderful inhibitor of mildew. We live in the mountains of North Carolina and service a lot of cabins, and it's by far between the hydrogen peroxide to kill the mold spores. I'm sorry, I can't say that. Mold spores. And then the fractionated coconut oil. We found that to be the best combination to curb any kind of mildew issues. My favorite cleaner besides vinegar and water, and it's something we just could not do without, and that's Barkeeper's Friend. And its active ingredient, unlike other powder cleaners, is oxalic acid, and it acts as a bleaching agent too. One thing that's noticeably not in our kit is Clorox. We prefer to use hydrogen peroxide and oxalic acid as our bleaching agents over Clorox, since it's so stinking volatile. Sometimes you need Clorox, and most of the host homes have Clorox when it's absolutely positively necessary, but that's not something we carry in our kits because we're big advocates of no and low VOCs. Volatile organic compounds are a big no-no, especially when you're doing this for a living. So that's it on products, and that's going to be it on this video. And yay me, I made it through my first video. I didn't say it's good, I just made it through. And so we're going to get better at this, and I've got a whole bunch to share, and I'm looking so forward to it. And so please, if you're interested, we hope you'll subscribe and you'll give us a thumbs up and you'll come back. Thank you.